Immigration of all kinds can cause conflict of language, money, and of course, land, but where does the macro level conflict of culture and country meet the micro level conflict of family and self? Hey everybody, I'm Dragon Movie Guy, and in today's review for No Man's Land, starring Frank Grillo, Andie MacDowell, and George Lopez, we'll find out what they think coming up. Hey everybody, Dragon Movie Guy here with another movie review. Today's review is for the Western action-adventure thriller No Man's Land, starring Frank Grillo, Andie MacDowell, and George Lopez. If we're just meeting, I am Dragon Movie Guy. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to let me know in the comments section down below what you guys thought of No Man's Land. Also, please be sure to hit the like button until it turns blue for the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to hit the notification button so you find out the very second I post any video to this channel. Let's start off with the plot for No Man's Land. Jackson Greer, played by Jake Allyn, is a young man on the verge of hitting it big. A star athlete about to try out for the New York Yankees. The Greers, dad, mom, and older brother Lucas, run a small ranch along the Mexican border. Cattle are run off, livestock is stolen, the Greers are struggling financially. On the other side of the border, Gustavo, played by Jorge A. Jimenez, is a Mexican national living legally in the US with a green card. Gustavo also smuggles people looking for a better life across the border. Some people call him a coyote, but he's known amongst the immigrants as the shepherd. Bill Greer, played by Frank Grillo, and his older son Lucas head out to recover their cattle and run into Gustavo and roughly 10 immigrants. Tensions run high as Bill and Lucas, both armed with guns, order the immigrants to the ground. Jackson gallops in on horseback to the scene, distracting his dad. Gustavo lunges for Bill's gun after one of the immigrants stabs him. Bill and Gustavo, men fighting for their families, struggle over control of the gun. The gun goes off. Gustavo's son runs to help his dad. Jackson sees someone running. Bang! Jackson fires once. Enter Texas Ranger Ramirez, played by comedian George Lopez. Ramirez finds the scene. Jackson's hands covered in blood. Fernando lies dead, and Lucas clings to life in the hospital. Days later, Ramirez confronts Jackson. Jackson claims self-defense. Ramirez does not believe him. Ramirez tries to arrest Jackson, and Jackson flees into Mexico. Jackson, an American now wanted for a crime, is now an immigrant illegally in Mexico. So let's start with the good for No Man's Land. Jake Allyn's real-life brother, Connor Allyn, is the director of this film. The director layers stereotype on top of stereotype in the first 20 minutes of the film to build the tension until we get to the confrontation between the ranchers and the immigrants 20 minutes in. However, after Jackson flees into Mexico, the tone of the film changes as the script is flipped and an American tries to go into Mexico. We get to know the people, not the stereotype, as the characters themselves get to know the other people, not the stereotypes. Jackson must beg for help from a Mexican family and work for them on their ranch. Gustavo must navigate the American legal system to recover his son's body and shepherd him back to Mexico for the burial. Jackson starts to learn Spanish, how to dance at a Mexican bar, and how to flirt with the rancher's daughter. Gustavo, previously a man of faith and gun-free, stews in his own grief and anger and seeks out a gun to get revenge on Jackson. Back on the Greer Ranch, we start to see more and more of the details of exactly how much hard work goes into running a ranch. The cowboy facade starts to slip away as we see hardworking parents worry about their hospitalized son. Jackson's work ethic waxes as his machismo wanes. The cinematography, casting, and tone of the film all shift as Jackson leaves to pay homage to Fernando, the man he killed. Along the way, Gustavo teams up with Luis to track down and kill Jackson. Each man's journey is well acted and explored and goes on a purposeful and well executed story arc. So that was the good. Now let's talk a little bit about the bad. A Western in the classic sense, but in a modern setting. The cultural stereotypes are layered on thick to start the film, and initially we feel like we're about to sit through a 2-hour sermon or political speech. However, the stereotypes reflect where our characters are to start the film and serve as a backdrop for the character development that happens after. Andie MacDowell and George Lopez both have surprisingly small roles in this film. The director prioritizes the storytelling as well as Jackson and Gustavo's journeys, but it would have been nice to see more of Andie MacDowell and George Lopez. So let's talk about my review for No Man's Land. While the confrontation in the desert lasts a mere 15 seconds of screen time, the repercussions of the confrontation last the entire film. The themes of family and culture are shown on both sides of the border, giving a human feeling to each side. What could have easily turned into a preachy or bleeding heart narrative instead focuses on the story and emotional journey of the characters. The pacing, editing, cinematography, and overall storytelling are all on point. Well worth watching. Overall, I really like this film. I give this film 3.5 stars out of 5. So that's what I think, but I want to know what you guys thought of No Man's Land in the comments section below this video. Let me know what you guys thought of No Man's Land as a film, and let me know how you thought they handled the difficult subject of immigration through their storytelling and their casting and the way they put this film together. Also, if you'd like to check out the full written review that I did for No Man's Land, check me out at Dragon Movie Guy on ReviewNation.net. Link in the description bar below this video. Also, please be sure to hit the like button until it turns blue for the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to hit the subscribe button so you find out the very second I post any videos to this channel. If you liked this review and would like to see another, please be sure to click right over here. That is the review that I did for Locked Down, starring Anne Hathaway and Chiwetel Ejiofor, now showing on HBO Max. Be sure to click this link right over here. That's the review that I did for Locked Down. I've been Dragon Movie Guy. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.